How y'all doing today, guys? I want to take a minute here to talk about an issue I've had with my Krone tedder and what I did about it. Basically, bouncing through the fields, the guards on this tedder, they broke off. All four of them broke off, as a matter of fact. And this is what we did to repair it. There was square tubing the same size as this. I think this is about 1.5 inches, and this is the stock tubing that come on this tedder. This is 2-inch square tubing that we replaced the stock tubing with. But what happened here was this tubing right here, this wasn't here. This tubing used to go and turn. It had a bend in it, and it went and it bolted underneath this big piece of tube in here, and then it come out the other side. It come out right here, and it bent, and it come over here and had an upright here, just like that one there. It had an upright in the front. Now that's supposed to keep you from walking into these tines sticking out here. You notice we didn't put the front ones back on, but the rear ones, all four of them have broken off over time. The left front one broke off first, probably 2 years ago. Then the right front one broke off not long after that. And then this year, the rear ones broke off. And it kind of surprised me, this being a Krone tedder, and as much as they cost, it kind of surprised me that they broke off. But I guess the tubing just isn't strong enough for all the weight of these arms sticking out here with the reflectors on them and everything. And they just sit here and bounce and bounce and bounce till it just twisted that tubing completely off. So what we did was we used this 2-inch square tubing heavy wall, and we rebolted it back to the same spot. And we cut the bend out right here and welded this small tubing to the larger tubing. And this pipe, this was the original pipe. We had to rebuild this piece that couples them together because it got lost when the guards fell off. This arm right here is what you use to turn the wheels. You can move it over to this pin or this pin. You can steer this tedder so it'll actually drive at an angle with the tractor, and you can throw the hay away from the woods, away from a fence. That's what it's for. But once all this on the back had fallen off, this thing was just sticking out here by itself, just flopping up and down. So we had to rebuild this back here for this to continue to be usable. Also, there's a jack back here, a stand if you ever need to keep it from flipping over backwards. So we all wanted to keep that on here. But anyway, I just wanted to share that with y'all. I may run in here in the shop and see if I can find the pieces that broke on this thing and show them to you. Okay, this is one of the pieces that was, you see this hole? This is where it was bolted on to the frame of the tedder, here and here. This is the back. This is where we cut it off, and we welded it to the big pieces, the 2-inch tubing right here. We had actually, this thing had already broken one time, and we had put some gussets on it on the back. When the front broke, I didn't worry about that too much. I just discarded the pieces that broke off, and I didn't try to replace them. They broke off, like I say, a couple years ago. But that's, you know, it just twisted off of there from all the bouncing. We tried to gusset this piece. This one, you can see it hadn't broken completely off yet, but it was working on it. It might have held if we had gusseted it on both sides, but we had only put the gusset on one side, and it started twisting it and breaking it on the other side. You can see it already started before, and we'd done welded it a bunch right here. The other side, I think this is the left side. The right side, it had completely broken off. even with the gusset and everything. And as a matter of fact, it broke off, and it had threw a pile of the hay. It threw the hay over top of it, and it was sticking up in the field probably 2 foot. And there was a pile of hay, and I thought, well, where did that pile of hay come from? When I come back around, I didn't see it fall off. I look back at it occasionally. I watch it in the mirrors, but I didn't see it fall off. And I come back around, and I thought, no, where'd that big pile of hay come from? But I need to ted that out so it'd dry better. So I headed straight for the thing and ran over it with my T5 and the tedder. And of course, when the tedder hit it, the slip clutch automatically engaged, and you know, I'm like, what in the world? And fortunately, it didn't tear anything up on my T5, and I didn't puncture any tires. But when the tedder hit it, I know there was something not right. And then that's when I seen the green paint in the hay, and I shut the tedder down, and I got off the tractor and got it out of the field and cussed it a few minutes. But anyway, put that back in the metal bin there. Thing is about full, I believe. Anyway, I just wanted to share that with y'all. I was kind of disappointed in that, but I guess everything can't be perfect. So I'm out here tedding, and I'm noticing this ticking noise back there coming from the tedder, and you can probably still hear it. Yeah, you can hear it. I don't know if you can hear it, but I can hear it. I got out of the tractor to see what was going on. So I get back there, and I realize that one of the spring teeth is loose. Well, that's got to be what the problem is. So I'm looking at it, and the bolt that goes through it, it's actually laying here in the floorboard. The spring tooth and the bolt and all. The bolt that goes through it, the head is worn off of it for whatever reason. It may have came loose, and where I've been running it, it's been sitting there and working and wore the head off the bolt. Well, anyway, I can just pull the bolt out of the hole. It has a lock nut on the top side, but I can just pull the bolt out of the hole. Something that's on the bottom has also, there was a spacer or something that's fell off, and it's gone. But I thought, well, that's going to be the noise. The noise will quit now. I just took the tooth off. I could pull the bolt out. I took the tooth off and put it in the cab here. Well, I turned it back on, and lo and behold, I can still hear the ticking noise. So I go back there again, and I'm looking and I'm looking and I'm looking, and I finally realized that one of the tine bars that the tine mounts to is bent. Sitting here thinking about how it could have got bent, because it's not on an outside tedder, that's or star. Typically, if you have one bent, it'll be on the outside where you can hit a tree or a post or something with it. But this one was on the inside, one on the left side. So I thought, now how did that thing get bent? And I've been sitting here thinking about it. And it just dawned on me that this is basically the first time I've used this tedder since the guards fell off of it, or since the rear guards fell off. Both of them fell off at the same, basically at the same time, in the same field. They both, well, one of them fell completely off, and the other one, it was just barely hanging on, and I brought the tedder in and we worked on it. But I'm guessing that when that guard fell off, that it must have gotten hung in the, or one of the star arms come around and whacked that guard and bent the arm. And now the teeth, two of the teeth, one tooth that is on the bent arm, and then the other tooth on a straight arm on another star are barely touching each other. Have to go and see if I can try to straighten that arm. Also, one of the spring teeth had broken off. One one of them has broken off since I started tedding it today, which is the first one that's ever broken off. And I do not have the time savers on this thing, so it's laying out here in the field somewhere. And hopefully I won't find it with a tire, but normally that's what happens to it. So anyway, it's the first one of those in 8 years that I've ever had break off, and it's anyway, I guess they're all getting weak now, as many acres it's been through this machine now, and I need to probably just replace them all. That way they won't continue to break off. Anyway, let's go to the shop here. As soon as I get this field done, it's a little ways from the shop. When I get this field done, I'll go back and I'll try to straighten that arm and put this tooth, see if I can find some hardware to put this tooth back on. Alright, one of these is bent. It ain't this one, because this is the one that the thing came loose on, the tooth came loose on. Could be that one. That one looks pretty good. That one looks pretty good. Now, right here it is. It's very obvious. It's supposed to be right here. It's bent back about 4 or 5 inches. So what I'm going to do is try to stick something in the star to keep it from spinning, like a bar, and then I'm going to take this tooth off. I'm going to put a pipe on the end of it. I'm going to bend it back around, hopefully. So I'll go get some tools and I'll be right back. Alright, so I've got me a bar wedged in between that new tubing I've got on this thing and that one of the arms on the star. I've got me a piece of old drive shaft here I'm going to try to bend this thing with. I noticed not only is it bent back, but it looks like it's bent down right smart too, so I'll have to try to bend it back up. But anyway, I'm going to pull this tooth off. This right here is the piece that I'm missing. I'm not exactly sure. Looks like it's a piece to adjust the, you can turn it different ways and adjust the pitch of the teeth is what it looks to me like. This plastic thing pulls out, then this pulls off. Well, let's see what I can do. What did I do with my drive shaft? Oh, here it is. Ah! Dang. Sliding the whole tedder sideways. Pretty sure that digger bar was straight when I put it in there. Them things are stout. Gee. See, on that other tooth, this is what I'm missing. And it looks to me like the way it's made, you can set the teeth maybe at different angles. So I'm not going to have anything like that here. I'm going to have to order it. I know I've got some teeth, but I'm pretty sure I don't have any of these bolts and these retainers. So I got a bolt that would probably work, but I'm not going to have this thing. All right, I'll just run without that tooth. I need to keep on tedding. So I got this arm. It's a whole lot straighter than it was. It's not perfect, but at least it's closer distance between this one and that one. It was way back over here, about right in here. So it's still not perfect, but I think it'll work. So jerking on that thing got me out of breath a little bit there. All right, hopefully that's the end of this video, because I'm tired of stuff tearing up on this Krone tedder. I mean, it's been basically a trouble-free machine, basically. Oh, this is the first tooth that I see. One of the teeth is missing. First one I've ever lost. And 8 years I've had this thing, so that's pretty good. The guard's falling off of it. As much as it cost, that shouldn't have happened. But anyway, it's just one of them things. Wasn't too big a deal to fix. All right, we'll see y'all later. Catch you in the next one. Well, I know this bar was straight when I stuck it in there to hold this tedder, but it's not too straight anymore. Dad's probably not going to be too proud of me on that. That'll come off of his service truck. May have to go over here to the press and do a little straightening.